Well, it's a beautiful good afternoon. It's a wee bit wet. Very mixed weather here today at Bealtaine Cottage. We've had the sun shining, some rain, and then some more sunshine and some more rain. And so my plans for washing the polytunnel are sort of on hold. But as you can see, what I've been doing is, in between the showers, I've been sweeping the little steps over there, clearing the moss and the leaves from them, and then sweeping the path. Can you see the little bit of the pathway coming out? And tidying up generally around various pots and plants, and sweeping and raking the gravel around here, because there's a lot of moss grows on it at this time of the year, and in fact all the way through the year except when we have a drought, when we have a very dry and hot summer, which is becoming more and more how it goes. So yesterday I went out and I bought this, very expensive, it cost me €19, but it's essential if I'm going to do this tunnel on my own. It's an extendable brush. So yeah, plastic and metal. Well, the little shaft of it is metal, so that's not too bad. And I'm hoping that this is going to last me. Should I laugh? No, I'm going to be optimistic here. So this extends. You can see the little extension bit of the pole here, wherever it is, somewhere. And it's also got a little thing here for a hose, but of course I can't use a hose on the tunnel because I have a spring well, and running water in such a frivolous way would fast empty my spring well, and then that would dredge all the silt up from the bottom and cause problems within the pipe that comes down from the spring well, because of course I have a spring well that feeds the cottage. It's just gravity fed. It's over that way, sort of diagonally up the hill, so it's gravity fed, and it's fine. It's living water. There's frogs and beautiful dragonflies and every kind of lovely water insect and little being in there. And I regard it as sacred water, so I would never use a hose, actually. Just don't use a hose. Now, I did manage to get myself a new broom, which is a hard bristle broom. And look, I am so delighted because it's all wood, and then bristle. So delighted with that, and that's how I managed to do those steps just about half an hour ago. So what else have I been up to this morning? Because this is just a little bit of a show and tell video. Okay, so I've been spreading wood ash on top of the chippings, on top of the shreddings. So again, building up those layers for lots of fertility. I have boldly decided to go where Colette is reluctant to go, which is sorting out the barn, because I want to build up the wood pile along this wall, which means clearing all this. So I found wood, and I've been sawing wood, and I lit the stove with wood that I had piled up in here. I've also come across another bale of straw, so I'm going to use that for mulching over on top of the bed, you know, the problem bed where all the rhubarb is, beside the lunacy garden. Now, I also came across my little sign that I made, because you know we had a big campaign against fracking in Ireland, because the powers that be, of course, wanted to bring fracking into Ireland, because why not, they would say. You know, more money. Of course, those people have more money than what they'll ever know what to do with. So I'm just going to show you this sign. So one of the one of the parts of the campaign against fracking that I got very involved in was on social media, and also about signing. Because my approach was, rather than sign petitions, which actually change very little in the run of things in my experience, make a sign, be bold, be brave, make a sign and put it up on your property or put it up in your car. Make your property a huge advertising board for what you believe in. Make your car an advertising board. I mean, this is what the corporations do. And you know, yesterday we were talking about how YouTube is paying people to start channels, etc. You know, this is how it goes. So we need to be a lot more firmly convinced of our own opinions and be brave enough and bold enough to stand up for what's right. You know, we don't have enough years on this beautiful earth to be hiding in the shadows and to be mediocre and to be saying, oh, I won't get involved, no, it's not my problem. It may not have been my problem, but it would have been a problem for those who came after me. And I think that would have been a terrible stain, a stain on my soul. So anyway, this is one of the signs that I made and I put up at the bottom of my driveway. And in fact, if you look back into, oh, I'll tell you what, if you were to put into your search engine, you say Google, fracking or no fracking sign Bealtaine Cottage, and then go on images, you'll see the image, you'll see the photograph. This sign was put down at the bottom of my lane and bottom of my driveway, and there was absolutely no confusion as to what the woman in Bealtaine Cottage felt about fracking. And this was the one that I came up with because, you see, I see further than just the fracking. I see Mother Earth desperately, desperately trying to keep the balance of life whilst we continually go out of our way to throw her off balance, to trip her up, to make her fall. Imagine doing that to your mother. So, this was my take on it. There are many forms of energy, but only one source of life. Protect your water. Say no to fracking. Well, those of you who followed that campaign here in Ireland, and those of you from other countries who looked in upon our little land and followed that campaign, know that not only were we successful, because we went from county to county to get the councils to vote against fracking, whilst at the same time there were companies, fracking companies here in Ireland, who were, without a doubt, in my opinion, handing out brown envelopes. But we successfully got every council in this country to vote no to fracking, and eventually our government. So we took it right up to the Oireachtas, our government in Dublin. And Ireland, the Irish government, voted against fracking. And that's why we don't have any fracking here in Ireland. So we had that movement grow from the ground up. It wasn't from the top down. There was no one person saying this is what we would do. We got together in small groups and bigger groups, we held meetings and so on and so forth, and we stopped the frackers. Well, There's another name for them, but I'm not going to use it on YouTube. Yeah, frackers. So, yeah. Now, where did I begin with this? Okay, I was cleaning out the barn. So, oh yes. Now, that's the other thing I wanted to share with you. Jack, you big baby-o. Can you just back off, Baba? Back off. He wants to get up on my knee. That's what he wants to do. So, now I can smell something cooking from in here. Let me just show you. Because as the stove is nice and hot, I thought, well, I'll just make full use of this. And I had a bag of brown lentils. Look at this. Look, the oven's gone right up to that temperature, just on a wee bit of wood. And the kettle's boiling there. And that's my lovely pot of tea. I've got a wee bit more left in it. And what have I got going on in here? Oh, look at this. Woohoo! Brown lentils. See, I came across, because I was also, just put a wee bit more water in there. I was also cleaning out the pantry, and I came across some brown lentils. I've got some going on in here as well. In fact, I'll switch that off. I'll save the electric and put those into there once I've emptied those. And I thought I'll cook up all these brown lentils and then bag them up and freeze them. See, this is my bag here. I've got more to cook. Now, some of them I'm going to put out for the birds as well, because it's nice to be generous. So, all this multitasking, you see. Now, what else have I got? Yes, I wanted to show you the progress. Yes, there's been progress in these little planters. So, let's see now. Look at this. Ta-ta! And this one is, hang on, stand back a wee minute, Jack. Let me just get round here. What does that say? I haven't got purple sprout and broccoli. Look at that. The purple sprout and broccoli has sprouted. Now, I went through most of them yesterday. Now, where's the other one that's showing signs of life? Let's go over this way, Jack, and have a wee look. I think this was the wee one here. Ha-ha! Look at this. And this one is lettuce. So how's that? Germination, no problem. So that works, doesn't it? Nothing in there just yet, but it's coming along. So I've got 2 tubs which have successfully germinated. Now this is the one with the... let me just get this. With the broccoli in it. And look, that broccoli's doing quite well. Pleased with that. So 2 tubs germinated. Now also, do you remember I went on that little walk and I pulled up all the stuff from the gravel? The hypericum and the little spruce and the foxglove. It might be borage, I don't know. And the Hebes. Well, I potted them all up, okay, in good sized pots, which will give them a good start. I'll be able to leave those in there for a while, maybe a few months, and reap the rewards. I'll have some nice plants later on. Now you see the rain keeps coming. Can't make up its mind. So, yeah, it might be some time before I get to that tunnel. But if I can get a little bit of it done today, I'll be pleased. I will be pleased. So there we go. That's my little show and tell. And rain doesn't stop play, just delays it a little bit. But all in all, it's a lovely day. I can't complain. It's a lovely day and lots of birdsong. And the promise of a bit more sunshine keeps trying to pop through there. So blessings to you all. I may do a little video later on. We'll see how the day goes. Blessings.